Okay, London session live, starting London session in about 20 minutes, right at London Open. Currently looking at Euro USD. So Euro USD, this is a super obvious setup. We have on the 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute, doesn't matter which time frame, we have a breakout bar in the setup time frame, which is the H8 on this case. On the M3, we have an H4 breakout. And on the M1, it's an inside bar, but the previous one was a breakout. And we have tight consolidation above that breakout level and below the previous high on all of them. So this is very obvious to me that this is going to be a trend breakout setup. So trend breakout setups, I want to see a narrow breakout range, which we have on all of them. Then I want to see consolidation between two levels, which we have in all of them as well. And so the setup for me is want to see consolidation between two levels, and right before it breaks out, want to see price come down and take out that entire consolidation, in this case at the low. And then if I'm sitting and watching it, then I can take a sniper entry from down here. But if I'm not sitting and watching it, then I'm looking for a breakout above the high. And since I've seen this setup well in advance of London Open, I'm just going to sit here and I'll look for this move right here. And so when I take breakouts, I'm looking for some specific behavior, consolidation above two levels, and I want to see price actually break out of some sort of consolidation. It's not enough for me just to see consolidation like this. I want to see a rejection at the top, which we have over here. And this lets me know that there are traders pushing this market down, and I know that their stop loss is somewhere above here. So if price can get back above, there's usually going to be a nice little pop at the top here. All those sellers turn into buyers. That's one thing I'm looking for. And then the next thing I'm looking for is consolidation in a range. I want to see price break out of a range. And these yellow lines over here, these let me know that there's a range, H1 range low, range high, and then we have an M15 range over here, this yellow line at the side here. So I like the 3 minute time frame for this. We don't have that yet on the M5, but maybe in a little bit, maybe we might have. But at the moment we don't, so I like the M3. Yeah, and so right at the end, right before it breaks out, I do want to see price come down and trigger that momentum time frame low. And it did that on the M3, but we still have a bit of time, so maybe it'll do it again. If it does do it again, then I'll look for an entry here. If it stays above the top here, then I'll wait for that breakout at the top. And that is what I'm looking for. M1, I prefer the other ones better, but the M1 will allow me to see the move in more clarity, so I'll keep it up as well. But 100% this is going to be a breakout. So I do want to see price come down first. That would be ideal. And if it does do that, then I'll look for an entry from down here. Maybe I'll build up the position as it breaks out. Most breakouts fail, so want to take a quick one before it reverses, and possibly I can get in on the continuation. But yeah, waiting for a trend breakout in at London Open on EURUSD. Hard time frames here. We have everything I'm looking for here, but we are in a range, and this is why it's not lit up. This one we haven't triggered that momentum time frame, but we do have strong push on the H4. We flip breakout levels. It's a breakout low, and then we got back above it. So weekly isn't a false breakout. That's usually at the beginning of a new trend. So these are all looking good to me. H8 closed. This would also be a false breakout move and a strong push to the top. Yeah, looking good to me. And we'll be back at London Open. All right, so just a little bit under 10 minutes until London Open, and price is starting to push out. Now this move is usually where traders are going to try to take this breakout, but I can absolutely guarantee you that this is going to fail. And anybody who's buying right now is going to find themselves in drawdown, and then price is going to come down and fake out a low and get all those guys who try to take the breakout early. They'll get taken out, and then the real breakout's going to come after that. It's just wrong timing, and that's it. So just 8 more minutes. Just be patient. Don't take these ones. Wait until the session starts. Um, London session, you have two times where you'll have some good volume right at London Open when you have Tokyo and London Open at the same time. If you don't get anything here, stay off the second hour and then wait until the H4 bar, H12, and H2 bar open. Times might be different depending on which time of the year you're in, daylight savings and all that. But there are two volume sessions in London. You have that first one, and then you have the higher time frame bars. So this is not one. This is going to catch a lot of people. And then so I'm 100% sure that this is going to be a breakout. All right, there you go. So London Open started with a trap of all those guys who are trying to take a breakout. And so right now, market's going to come down and trigger one of the momentum time frame lows. We have one here, M15 low over here. This is the first time that I'll be interested, but I would much rather this come down even further than that. So to see that rejection that I'm looking for, I just look at that momentum time frame, and I'm either looking for a fake out in the opposite direction. So I'm looking for a bullish breakout. So I want to see a bearish fake out, or I want to see a range inside bar, outside bar, and breaking out of that. And so I do have that on all time frames. So now I'm just waiting for the setup. Ideally, it'll come down here, but if it doesn't do that, then I'll take the breakout of the top. Yeah, so let's see. Okay, so prices come down, trigger that momentum time frame. I would much rather this continue pushing down. If it does, then I'll continue waiting. Otherwise, I'll be getting in on the breakout at the top here. Okay, here we go, pushing on up. Close and waiting for continuation here. Okay, got in on this move. One bar stop. Breakout trade here. Let's see. Targets breakout level over here. Yeah, okay. Don't see much. Just going to let this go. And I want to know when the breakout bias flips. So that's when the breakout level of the M1 flips. All right, taking my partials here as we cross the H1 high. Taking partials because we have 1 hour until H4, and very often this last hour you're going to find a bit of retracement. So I'm not going to give back too much breakouts. Lots of breakouts fail, so I'm happy just taking my 2R on this and then see if this wants to continue on. All right, that's it. So one and done in London. I'm not going to wait for this H4. Just going to continue on with my day. So saw this forming on the 5 minute, 3 minute, and the 1 minute. Saw that consolidation. I immediately knew that this was going to be a trend breakout trade. The fake out of the low, this is the hint that the market's going to break out. This happened a bit too early before my session. I was actually hoping for this to happen again. Didn't do that. And instead, once the M15 got faked out, this is when I started to look for the breakout of the top. So once that market broke out, that thing's not coming back. And took my partials here, about 2R. My target is usually the next momentum cycle. And let's see if this wants to continue. Very often at these larger time frame bars, you're going to find retracements right before the end. You can see every bar, or most of them, have top wicks, bottom wicks, and so I don't want to get in. I don't want to hold it too long and risk having a retracement. Right, so that's it. Trend breakout trade on Euro USD London session. Took 2 hour going break even and just letting this run.